I'm going to hit record. Okay.
Oh man.
So I'm going to, if you don't know how to mute yourself, I can mute yourself. We are going to talk about, I had a lovely call today from corporate, and we were just chit-chatting about, life. And we got on the topic of the Success Club trip that is coming up in 3 weeks. And if you're not going, you definitely want to get on the wait list for Punta Cana because it's going to be awesome. But we started talking, Jeff and I started talking about how we can create our own Success Club trip. We can create, wouldn't be really a trip, but our own success while we're all away. So something to consider is that all of these coaches, about 5,000 coaches, the top coaches, the coaches who, were gung-ho about getting on that, obviously the elites and the top 10s and the premier coaches are on the boat because they got first dibs on the rooms and everything. And then the 5 stars, the lifetime 5 stars got their spot. And then anybody else who filled in or got pulled off the wait list got on the boat, right? Well, there's no internet. So all of you people at home have all of this time where all of these people cannot work their business to be blowing up yours. Okay? So I wanted to talk to you guys about how to do that from home while we are all here. Okay? And I'm going to touch a little bit for Jen, because she's going to be on the boat, on how to effectively propel your business forward while you're still away. Okay? And you can kind of do this if you're going away on vacation and you don't want to work all the time. If I had the chance, I would check in daily and do at least one post from my experience of being on this boat, but I can't. I'm not going to pay for internet that never comes in because you're in the middle of an ocean. So there's just a few tips. So if you're not going, obviously your focus for the rest of this month, and hopefully sooner than later, is to hit your Success Club goal, right? We talk about it all the time, to have that Success Club goal, whether it's 5 or 10 or 15 or 35, doesn't matter. So once you hit that goal, I want you to start thinking about March 1st, okay? 22-Minute Hardcore comes out. It should be a good month for you if you play your cards right. I don't want you advertising for 22-Minute Hardcore before you hit your Success Club goal. Okay, you don't want to be advertising for something that you can't sell someone when you haven't met your goal already that you need somebody to purchase a challenge pack for, right? So once I hit my goal for this month, I will then change gears and start advertising for an exclusive Revelation Fitness test group for the 22-Minute Hardcore video. That is what my plan is, because I don't want to be worrying about Success Club points while I'm on this boat. Right? I want to go, I want to have a good time, I want to be done. When I get back, what will happen is I will then switch my focus to coaches, because I'll be able to talk about my experience on the boat. Okay? What can you do while we're on the boat to bring in coaches? You can start talking about how you are on the wait list for Punta Cana. Another reason why you need to get on it. How you are going to earn the next trip. How you're watching all of these people, because there are going to be some people who pay for the internet or are in a cafe in Jamaica or something like that and using the Wi-Fi and they're posting. But how you're watching all of these people on this boat and how you're determined to get there next year. Like, those types of posts are going to draw people in, because they're going to be like, well, where are you going? What are you doing? How are you doing that? So on and so forth. So that's what you can do for the coaching end of it, where you don't have to be on the boat. It's like the whole fake it till you make it thing, the first 2 months of my business, I didn't drink Shakeology, but I sold it, right? I faked it. I didn't lie to people and tell them that I did. I just beat around a bush and I didn't tell them that I didn't. Okay? I believed in the product, though. So it's the same thing for you guys. You don't have to be successful in this business to act successful in this business. You don't have to be on the Success Club trip to create success in your business. It's what you do now and while we're there and afterwards that's going to make you successful. So you need to have a plan of action. So get on that wait list for Punta Cana. You don't have to pay anything. I'm going to do a little side note. You don't have to pay anything for Punta Cana until you get pulled off the wait list. Okay, so it's free to get on that wait list. Do it. Then if you get called off and they call you and send you an email and say you have a spot, you have 48 hours to decide if you want to pay that down payment. Okay, if you don't, it goes to the next person. Like you've got no reason to not be on that wait list, right? No reason. Okay, that was my little spiel. Get on the wait list. So as far as the whole 22-minute hardcore comes out March 1st. Everybody know that? March 1st, 22-minute hardcore. I'm sure it's going to come up in Revelation Fitness. When is it being launched? Just like any other launch we have, we don't know. We don't know what time it's going to be released. If you keep the FAQ up and keep refreshing it, it tells you once something is released, it'll say released. So it'll start with like the base kit, which is what we can buy as coaches. It'll start with, it'll go to the deluxe kit, or I don't even know what it does. And then like later afternoon, it'll be challenge pack, right? So you want to start after you hit your Success Club goal, creating a list of people who are interested in 22-minute hardcore. You can pull the video from YouTube and send it to people who are interested so they can see, hey, this is maybe something that I want to do. Talk up the fact that it is only 22 minutes and it's hardcore. How many of you did it online on demand? Okay, if you didn't do it, like me, because that was my off day from Hammer and Chisel, I was like, I'm not working out. Find somebody who did and talk to them about it, okay? Post in one of your groups or message somebody to find out everything you possibly can about it. The back office has FAQs on it. You want to brush up on what you know about it so that when you're talking to people, you're confident. Confidence sells these things, okay? Like I said, I didn't drink Shakeology for 2 months, but I sold it. Why? Because I was confident because I did my research. Nobody knew from the way that I was talking that I had never tried it. So just because you didn't get the chance to try it when it was as a sneak peek, which I think it'll come back again beforehand, you want to talk about it in a way that shows that you know pretty much everything about it right off the bat, even though you never tried it. People won't even question if you tried it, if you talk to them like you did. Okay? You can do like a sneak peek to 22-minute hardcore. You can do like a 3-day sneak peek to 22-minute hardcore and pull stuff. So you can create an event, and all these people who are in that event, you will then invite to the test group. But these 3 days, you're going to pull things. So the first thing you will pull will be information. It's kind of like your jabs, right hooks. You'll be pulling information from the back office in the FAQ about 22-minute hardcore. Like, what type of equipment do you need? Or how much time is it? Obviously, it's 22 minutes, but some people will ask that question. Simple facts that the FAQ will have for you. Frequently asked questions about 22-minute hardcore. Right then and there, you're just going to post it. You can create pretty pictures because people love pictures with them. And then the last day, you might be like, boom, here's the video. Check this out. And anybody who wants to join, you can do like an incentive. You can get like fitness journals for nothing on Amazon. Anybody that joins your team names test group for 22-minute hardcore on March 1st will get this fitness journal, and kind of make it like a sneak peek into coaching, but a sneak peek into 22-minute hardcore. Does that make sense? So you can do that. There's lots of things that you can do if you've hit your goal of Success Club. I'm going to say that again. Once you hit your goal, whether it's 5 or 10, you switch gears and you start talking about Hammer and Chisel. You start doing your posts, maybe not saying, 22-minute hardcore. If not saying, oh, this is 22-minute hardcore, and not posting a picture of Tony Horian, I mean, like, I don't have a ton of time. I cannot wait until this next 22-minute workout comes out. And just start feeding information about it in your posts subtly, with a picture of you working out, right? We don't want to cloud the Facebook page with Tony Horian, although he is gorgeous. We don't want to do that. Where's Tara? She had my back on that one. She'd come off mute and be like, oh, what?
She's sleeping.
I know. But I'm giving props to Tony Horian.
I know. Yeah.
She'll have to
Although
listen.
I don't know how much she's gonna be loving that program. I'll be honest.
It's a lot of cardio. You gotta love cardio
Yeah,
and
I
screaming.
think. Yeah, it's pretty awesome though. I'll say, it's more awesome to do with him though.
It's probably a lot like Insanity with the screaming and the intensity. It's just 22 minutes, not 45.
And then he has bad jokes in the middle of sets though, because that's not something Sean does.
No, but I think Tony's jokes are funny.
Okay, well, there we go. Difference again.
See, don't put Jen and I in a room together. So does anybody have any questions about this? Are you getting information? Like, how can you create success while everybody else is partying it up? Yeah, you guys are like all stale. You know I can see you, right? It's video.
I'm going to be stalking all you people anyway because I'm getting international service.
Oh my goodness. See, she's paying for it.
No, I'm not. It's a work phone.
Oh. Beachbody doesn't give me a work phone, so.
I know.
But yeah, I want you guys to start thinking about it now because it's going to, whatever you put in place now is going to either work for you or against you 3, 4, or 5 weeks from now. Okay? So if you start implementing these things now and start making sure that you have your posts down and your weekly posts down and knowing like what you're going to be talking about, make sure that you have the date set for your challenge group for March. Don't waver on it. This is the date and pretend it's marked in stone, you know, and start preparing now. And you'll find that once you continue to do that, it's scary the first month. It's maybe scary the second month because you may only have 1 or 2 people. That's when you come back to the group and say, does anybody have anybody for a challenge group? I have 2 people in mind. But once you start staying consistent with that, it will start to pay off. Like you'll have a flow of, okay, now I've got 5 challengers for my challenge group. That's okay. And then the next month I have 7 challengers for my challenge group because you're staying consistent. You're not going to notice it right away. All right. Same thing with the life page training that I'm doing. If you're going to be on that, you're not going to see it in March. You won't. You'll see like some stuff, but you're not going to see what I'm seeing now until the following month if you're doing it correctly. Okay. It's not a race, that life page training. So you're going to do it until you get it right and then you move on to the next thing. But it's going to be intense. So it's going to take a lot of dedication. Again, another reason why you want to have your plan set in place now and have your group scheduled and your Success Club points in the very beginning of the month, because February 29th starts preseason. That would be the best week to get your Success Club 5 or 10 that week. Like, push it. Get 5 people for 22-minute hardcore on March 1st. Your Success Club points are out of the way. You can focus on your life page training. That is important. Because you don't want to be scrambling at the end of the month for your Success Club points, because that is not the reason why why you would be in that group. You want to be hitting Success Club. You hit Success Club this month to be in that group. So that's a non-negotiable. Like, you need to hit Success Club next month. But you also want to be focusing on, you know, your time and effort into that life page training. Hold on, there's a message. How many days is 22-minute hardcore? I don't know. You have to look at the FAQ. I haven't done any research on it yet.
It's 60 days.
60 days.
It's 60 days in the last, I believe it's 60 days, and the last week is called Hell Week, which goes right along with what you think it does. Like a military Hell Week. Doesn't that sound awesome? Come on. It sounds awesome.
I'm going to do it when I get back from the cruise. Yes, that's the other thing. Make sure you order your 22-minute hardcore. Okay? Tax season. It's a write-off for you to order it, but you want to be doing what, you know, your challengers are going to be doing, right? You can't ask them to buy it if you're not willing to do it. It's an investment in your business. It's something that you need to do. Every program that comes out, whether I want to do it or not, like size, I did not do it. I popped it in and I did some of them, but I am not a dancer. I'm not going to do the full program. But I have bought every single one of them that has come out. Plus, if you get bored with whatever one you're working on, you have a new one. Right? So if you haven't bought Hammer and Chisel yet, you got a problem, because that's like the best workout ever. In my opinion. Anyway. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Was this helpful?
Yep.
Figuring out what you need to do.
So wait, you said, so it's a write-off when we buy a program?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so in the next couple of weeks, I'm actually going to have my tax guy come on and do a team call for us, because he only deals, well, I shouldn't say only, but his 98% of his business is multi-level marketing. And he only works with companies who have a good compensation plan, like a legit compensation plan. So he's actually done his research on Beachbody, loves the compensation plan, and works with a lot of top Beachbody coaches. And I've been using, and this will be my second year with him, and I can literally write off everything. Like my trips to Starbucks, I get to write off. He can write off your food shopping. Jen most definitely could write off anything she has to walk out of her house for, because she talks to everyone. Everyone. And that is something that can be written off.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical, like with 1099, you can write off a lot more than you would think. But
I wrote off, I use the same guy, and I wrote off a room in my house, a lot of my fitness gear, Shakeology, it's a requirement at a certain point, so.
I write off my clothes that I buy for events.
Me too.
It's a reason to go shopping for a cruise, right? You get to write it off. Like, just write off. But, yeah, there's a lot of things, like my old tax person said that I couldn't write off electricity because I don't have a designated room that's just an office. But Tom was like, that's a little crap. You know, I write off my cell phone, my entire cell phone, Tim's entire cell phone for his business, whereas before it was only half of it. Yeah, we literally write off everything. So he does like webinars and stuff for like teams. So I'm going to have him come on and talk. I have to schedule it with his secretary, but yeah. I know there's a lot of tax questions. He is like $500 to do your taxes. And he does have like $175 for audit for the year, like audit protection. But I'm telling you, it's well worth it. Well worth it. Any other questions? So now everybody's going to go out and buy 22-minute hardcore because it's a write-off. That's good. That's good. You want these programs, not just because they're a write-off. Because you want
the only thing I want to say to that is that you're not going to get taxed unless you make more than $600 in a year. So there's not necessarily anything to write off if you're not claiming.
Right, you can make $600 with Beachbody without having to pay taxes on it. Anything above and beyond that, I'm sorry, but you get a 1099 and the IRS knows. They'll find you. Okay. So who's going to be successful in March? Yeah.
In the what? What'd you say?
I said, who's going to be successful in March?
Well, me. Everybody here. They're all on the damn call. They're all going to be successful.
Hey, I want to see it from them. Some of them didn't raise their hand. And somebody's on the phone I can't see. But that hand better be raised. So seriously, I don't remember what trip it was, but I remember somebody talking about how, like, it is the time to blow shiznit up when all these coaches are on Success Club trip, because they're not working their business. Trust me. They ain't. So that's the time to like come out of the water and do your thing. And I'm sorry, gonna like out the wazoo, do not make that week a week that you rank advance as one of my personally sponsored coaches, because I can't shout you out because I don't have internet. So don't do that. Because I want to be able to shout you out. I want to love on you. If you do, send me a text message. That I can get. So if you're planning on it. We're obviously going to talk beforehand, but I want to love on anyone. So I will find a cafe in Jamaica and get on and love on you. Even though it's against everything I stand for, because they'd probably steal all my bank account numbers. I feel like that would happen to me. Like the one time I actually do it, that would happen to me. But I would do it for you. Does anybody have any other questions? Concerns? Questions about the life
days are those again for the trip?
What?
What are the days exactly?
For the Success Club trip?
Yeah.
The 12th through the 17th.
Okay.
Saturday through Thursday. Technically, it's really Sunday through Thursday because we have internet on the boat because we don't leave until 5 o'clock at night on Saturday. But
Okay.
yeah, kick butt. Can't wait to come back and see everything blown up. Actually, you can rent advance that week because I get back on Thursday. You're getting to port at like 7 a.m. So you're good. Everybody's good. Go for it. You're good. You're good. No questions about the light page training? It's coming up really fast. And I'm like,
I'm ready
I'm
now.
like so giddy about it. It's not even funny. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. No questions.
Where did you get all the information for it?
Where? I paid for a training that I took in January. $300. I paid for that training. And it was well worth it. But I don't want you guys to have to pay for it, A. B, I don't know if he's doing it again. And C, I don't know how much it would be if he did. Because he had so many people doing it. So I'm assuming he's going to up his prices next. But I was like, well, I paid for it. I tried it out. It worked. That was the other thing. Like, I wanted to make sure it worked without having to have you guys invest your money to see if it worked. You know what I mean? So I have in this little notebook over here all of the information and what to do. So I wrote on the thing, it's going to be a Google Hangout. I may make it Zoom like this so I can see everybody's faces. I just have to see how many people are going to be in the group because there are 2 other teams involved. Okay. So Emerald, somebody asked, what do you do if you're not Emerald or hit Success Club 5? And lovingly, I just tell you, there is no what if. You just do it. Right? If you want to be in this group, you just do it. Just do it. And I remember people saying to me, well, I remember people saying that to me, and I'm like, but how do you just do it? And then I realized you literally just do it. You don't stop until it's done on the 24th for Emerald and the 29th for Success Club. You just keep pushing. Talk to more people. You bother more people. You get your aunt to sign up. Whatever you got to do. I want to see everybody in there. If you are doing a life page. If you're doing Instagram, it's not going to help you. I don't know anything about Instagram. Okay?
Okay.
Yay! I'm so excited. Seriously.
Thanks, Kaylee.
No problem. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.